Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Jidan TV Official. My name is Jefta, and on this channel I share relevant information to people who are already in Canada and to people who are looking forward to coming to Canada. In this all-important video, I'll be sharing with you how you can find and apply to the right master's program in Canada. I will literally be taking you through the entire journey from the day you conceived the idea of applying to a master's program to the very day you receive your offer letter. So if this sounds good to you, stick around. Hello guys, welcome back. So first of all, I want to thank all my subscribers, guys. I have so much respect for each one of you. It is the energy that you give back that gives me, the momentum to keep doing this for you. And like you know it, this channel is all about helping people with the right information. So guys, just recommend this video to someone, because someone's life-changing decision may be predicated on the content of this video. So please share. If you haven't subscribed, kindly click the subscribe button and then also click the notification bell. All right, so let's get into it. So here's the deal. You have conceived the idea. You want to apply for a master's program in Canada. What do? The very first thing you need to do is to identify the course or the program that you want to study for your master's. The idea of applying for a master's program is very broad. So what you need to do is to narrow down that broad, concept or that broad idea into something that is very manageable. So first of all, you need to sit down and ask yourself, which program do I want to study? Which course do I want to study for my master's? And for some people, what they did in their undergrad is exactly what they want to do for their master's, which is fine. Some people read sociology for their undergrad. They want to read masters in sociology. For some people, they read political science. They want to read masters in political science. For some people, they read computer science and they want to read masters in computer science, which is perfectly fine. And there is also a section of people who also read something, but they want to read another thing for their masters, which is also fine. So here's the deal. What you need to do is to first of all identify the course or the program that you want to read for your master's degree. It is the first and the most important thing, if you ask me, because even if you are using a consultant, a regulated consultant, to assist you in the process, he or she cannot do that part for you. It is your duty to select or identify the course that you want to do for your master's degree. So you need to sit down and then contemplate, what is my career path? What do I have interest or passion in? What kind of business or venture do I want to engage in? So that should guide the kind of decisions that you take when it comes to the master's program that you want to study. And for the purpose of this video, let me just say this. When I refer to the master's program, I'm also referring to the postgraduate certificate and the postgraduate diploma as well. Yeah, so when I say master's, it represents those ones as well. Because not everybody comes to Canada to read master's. Some people come to read a postgraduate certificate or a postgraduate diploma. But for the purpose of this video, when I say master's, it encompasses all of them. It is very, very rudimentary that you identify the course that you want to study for your master's. And let me say this about identifying the course you want to study. So then, assuming you attended Copperbelt University in Zambia, or University of Nigeria in Nsukka, or University of Lagos, or the prestigious University of Ghana, or Ohio State University, or California State University, whichever university you attended, the name of a particular program or a course in your university may have a slightly different name in University of Toronto, or in Memorial University, or Simon Fraser University in British Columbia. So you need to know that the names may be slightly different, but it may be the same program. So please take note of that when you are identifying the kind of course that you want to study. And this is just an aside, just to let you know, the current Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Baumia, is a product of Simon Fraser University in British Columbia. That was just an aside. So the first thing you need to do is to identify the course. So let's say you have identified the course you want to study for your master's. Fair enough. What is the next step? The second thing you need to do is to be able to identify the universities that you want to apply to. It is very, very important. So which universities do you want to apply to? There are about 96 public universities in Canada. Just public universities, and there are also a lot of private universities, and there are a lot of colleges as well. So there are a lot of them. So you need to narrow your search. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to leave in the description box a link that will give you a list of all the universities in Canada, and I'll also leave another link in the description box where you can find a list of all the colleges in Canada. Maybe it can be a starting point for your research. So what you need to do is to narrow down which universities you want to apply to. And there are certain tips and tricks and very important things you need to know when you are selecting certain universities to apply to. So that is going to be the focus of my next video. I'll be sharing with you 5 things that you need to know when you are choosing a university to apply to. Yeah, so you want to stick around for that video. It's going to be an amazing one. So let's say you have selected the university or the universities that you want to apply to. Now, let me say this. This is very, very critical when it comes to the universities. Guys, to be very candid, don't apply to one university. These days, admissions are very, very competitive here in Canada. So when you're applying for a school, my candid advice is apply to as many schools as you can and your resources will permit you to. Apply to many schools. For example, I personally applied to 5 universities and then I gained admission to 2 of them and I chose which one I wanted to attend. Assuming that I applied to only the 3 that didn't give me an offer, what was going to happen? It means I'll probably have to wait for another year. So my candid advice when it comes to selecting the universities to apply to is that make sure you apply to as many as you can. It's very, very important. Now, let's move on. The third step, I beg your pardon, the third step after identifying the universities that you want to apply to is that you need to locate the web page. You need to locate where you can find the program on the university's website. So once you are on the university's website, you need to visit the department or the faculty that has the program that you want to study. So usually, different universities have different ways that they frame their website and the interface of their website. But assuming you have gone to University of Toronto's website and you want to study political science, for an example, okay, what you need to do is to look for where you can find the graduate programs. Some websites have it titled graduate programs, and when you click it, it's going to give you a list of all the graduate programs they have in that university. And some have even categorized it in alphabetical order. Others have also categorized it, in departments. So assuming political science is a humanities and social science, so you're going to find it there. If you want to do maybe computer science, it's going to be within the IT section. If you want to study mechanical engineering, you should see it in the engineering section. So it depends on how it is framed on the website. But once you get to the website, the third thing, I'm talking about the third point now, what you need to find is you need to locate the course, where you can find the course on the university's website. It may be in a particular department's web page. It may be as part of a faculty. So what you need to do, you need to find the web page where you can find the course. It's very important. Because first of all, you have decided the course you want to do. Secondly, you have chosen the university. So the third thing is that once you go to the university's website, you need to find the course. Where can you find it? You can look for the list of graduate programs, or you can find the list of master's program, and then you'll be able to find it right in there. So let's assume that you have found the web page of the program. The fourth thing that you need to do, which is very important, you need to read the modules. You need to read the content of the course or the program. Because here's the deal. Sometimes the name of a program may not necessarily determine what they teach in there. It can be confusing sometimes. So when you choose a program and you visit the webpage of that particular program, make sure you read the modules that are going to be studied under that course. Make sure you read the content of that course and make sure that everything that is going to be studied, is what you have thought of and is something that you would like to do. It's very important. So after you have read the modules or the content or the sub courses within that broad course you want to study, and you are sure that this is the course that I want to study, the next thing that you need to do is to check out the requirements, guys. And this is by far one of the most important. As a matter of fact, all the steps are important, but I think this is very critical. The requirements are very, very important, because sometimes you decide that, okay, I like this course. This course is really nice. I think I'm going to enjoy it. And then when you go to the requirements, you realize that you do not meet all the requirements that is expected of you to meet, or you cannot provide all the documents that you are expected to provide. So for an example, you see a program, you said, oh, I like this program, I want to apply for this course. Now you go to the requirements and they say you should have done economics in your undergrad. Meanwhile, you also did maybe IT, or you did chemical engineering. It means that obviously you cannot apply for that program, even though you may like that course. So the requirements are very important. You want to read through each and every requirement, exactly what is expected of you, so that you can deliver. So once you have read all the requirements and you are sure that you can provide everything that is needed, then we need to move to the next step. But let me tell you one critical thing, okay, about the requirements. So some of the requirements are usually very general. Obviously, they are going to ask you to submit your transcripts, a statement of purpose, and in some departments or some courses, they will ask you to submit a sample of your writing if you have any publications. And then obviously, they are going to request for reference. These are general requirements that most courses require you to submit. So you need to take note of these things. So please read through all the requirements and make sure that you can satisfy all of them. So assuming you have read all the requirements of this program that you love, and then you are like, oh, I can meet all these requirements, I can give them all the documents that they need, I can send everything to them on time. The next thing you need to do is to check the deadline. Is very, very critical. So in Canada, some universities admit on a rolling basis. It means that anytime you apply, you can get admission and be put in one of the, the streams or the semesters. There are other schools that also admit only for September, and that is usually done for international students. Most international students, come to Canada through the main admission session, which is the fall semester, which is September of every year. So you want to take note of that and make sure that the deadline is not passed. And try, one important thing about the deadline is that when you know when the deadline is, it tells you whether you have a lot of time for your application, or it tells you that you have limited time, and it also gives you an idea on how fast you should work on getting maybe your transcript, on sending any documents that you need to send to the institution whatsoever. So you need to check the deadline. It's very important. It's very, very, very important. You need to check the deadline. And sometimes the requirement, you need to upload them. Some of the things that you need to submit are supposed to be submitted by post, by mail. And this is my advice to you. If you need to send maybe a transcript by mail, please do it by DHL or by FedEx, because you are assured that in 3 working days or maximum 4, your package is going to get to the university. And the ones you have to upload online, make sure you upload them online before the deadline. So the deadline is critical. Once you know the deadline, it tells you that I need to send this document this time, I need to make sure I post this time, I need to make sure I have this reference in at this time before the deadline. And I got the exclusive opportunity of talking to an admissions officer. And one of the things she told me is that one reason why they reject a lot of application is because people submit incomplete packages, incomplete applications. So she told me a lot of things that they look out for in your application package to determine whether they will accept and give you an offer of admission or to reject your application. So I'm going to do a separate video and I'm going to be sharing with you exclusive info from the voice of an admissions officer. It's going to be amazing, guys. So you want to subscribe to this channel if you haven't to, like this video, and then also recommend the video to your friends, acquaintances, and then family. Yes, so once you have checked the deadline and everything is okay and you are sure that you are going to be able to submit everything that is required of you before the deadline, then the next thing is, boom, you need to start the application process. And usually the application is online. You apply online and then you sometimes upload certain documents that is required of you online. And the ones that you are required to send by post, like I've advised already, send it by DHL or FedEx. and then you make sure that it is delivered successfully with a status for you. And then one thing that I need to mention is that most universities in Canada, maybe 100%, or let me be very conservative, maybe about 95% of universities, there is an application fee. You have to pay an application fee to apply. It's not free to apply to most universities in Canada. So usually the application fee is between $80 and $120. It ranges around there, but it may be slightly higher depending on the course or program that you want to study for your master's. So that is one thing I need to let you guys know as well. So now here's the deal. You have applied online, you have submitted all your documents online, and then you have also submitted everything you are supposed to submit by post. One thing, this is a trick, let me add it for you guys. You can do is that, when you go to every department's page, they are going to tell you who is the head of the department or the chair of the department, and they are also going to tell you something about a graduate assistant or a graduate secretary. Those graduate secretaries are very good resource materials. So let me put it that way. They are human beings, but I say resource materials because you can refer to them at any point in time when you're having difficulty in your application process. And it is proven that about 99% of the time they are going to respond to you no matter how many times you send them emails. So if you're having any issue in the middle of your application, or there is something you don't understand and you don't appear to find anybody to explain it to you, go to the department's page or the faculty's page and then look for whoever is the graduate secretary or the graduate coordinator, and then send him or her a message about your questions. Most likely they are going to respond to you with the authentic information that you need to know. So please, that's also one resource you need to consider. For me, before I ask a friend about anything, I probably would have emailed, a graduate secretary to get some information first, because those people know the right information and they can give you, the authentic sources for whatever question or issue that you have. So make sure you use that resource as well. So now you have applied everything, everything is on point, your application is complete. Sometimes on your application portal, you can see whether it is complete or not. If you cannot see, you can send an email to the graduate secretary for them to confirm if they have received all your documents and if everything is complete. When they tell you everything is complete, what next? Nothing much. You got to pray and go on with your life. And then usually on the same department website, they are going to tell you when exactly they are going to be issuing offers of admission. So usually for the September admission, the offers, when the deadline ends maybe in January 15th or February 15th or March 15th, they issue offers any moment from the middle of March through to April. Yeah. So you are likely to hear from your university. If you are looking forward to coming to school in September, you are likely to hear from them any time in March through to April. There's no specific period, but you will definitely hear from them within that March, April-ish. Yes. So once you hear from them and then you receive an email and you open the email, it's going to say, "Dear Jefta, thank you for applying to Memorial University. Congratulations, we've given you an offer of admission, blah, 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 blah." Then boom, then congratulations, you've gotten that offer of admission. Once you get the offer of admission, the next thing you need to do is to apply for a visa. And I have loaded content coming in the area of applying for your study visa. So kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed to this channel. And then also share this video, recommend this video, because we are all about helping people with the right information. But unfortunately, some people get rejected. Like I said, I got rejected by 3 universities. But I got accepted by 2 universities as well. So if you get rejected, guys, that is not the end of the world. An opportunity of a no, or when someone says no to you, is an opportunity to try more. It's an opportunity to give it the next shot. So when you get rejected, guys, don't stop there. Keep pushing. If it is something that you want to do, you want to keep pushing. And if God's hand is in it, definitely it's going to work some way, somehow. So guys, when you get rejected with an application or an admission offer, please don't stop there. If you have the desire to still continue, keep applying, keep applying, and definitely it's going to work out for you. So I hope this few information that I've shared with you in this video is going to be helpful enough. I'm going to leave the relevant links in the description below, and I hope they are going to help you out in your entire journey. So let me just summarize the entire process. First of all, what you need to do is to identify the course that you need to study. Secondly, you need to identify the universities that you want to apply to. Thirdly, you need to locate the web page where you can find the department or the course that you want to do on the university's website. And the fourth thing is read the content or the modules and make sure that it is exactly what you are bargaining for or what you are looking forward to studying. And then number 5, you check the requirements. Check the requirements and make sure you can meet all the requirements. And the 6th step is to check for the deadline and make sure it is not passed and you have enough time to apply. And the 7th process is to actually apply. And then when you apply, you pray and believe God for the rest. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of this video. I have loaded content coming your way. You want to subscribe to this channel, share this video, like this video, leave a comment. If there's any specific video you want me to do, kindly write it in the description box. If you have a question for me, kindly write it down there. We are also on Twitter. Go to Jidan TV Official and follow us on Twitter for all updates. I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world. God bless.